21 years ago in Japan, 2 games were released. Pokémon Red and Green versions. And those would later come over to North America and Europe as Pokémon Red and Blue versions. And they are some of the best-selling games of all time. Now, with any successful franchise, you will get bootlegs. And that's why I was scratching my head when I realized Pokémon Green version is on the NES. Yes, this is a bootleg from overseas. And ladies and gentlemen, today on Stuff We Play, we're going to be looking at Pokémon Green version for the NES. So this is the part of the episode where I hold up an NES controller and make you think I'm actually playing the game for real instead of on an emulator. So upon starting up Pokémon Green version, we're greeted to a green Clefairy. Why not a Pikachu? Yeah, you press start and you begin the game and you're playing as Mutant Clefairy. So the controls for this game are pretty simple. A jumps, B fires a missile, and the D-pad makes you move around. Once you get over the initial shock of this Mutant Clefairy shooting missiles out of its hands, you realize that the controls actually work pretty well. While you can dispatch enemies by firing your missile at them, you can also just jump on them, Mario style. It's oddly satisfying. Platforming also feels solid. Feels a little slippery at times and can be a bit tricky on small platforms, but you have enough mid-air control to compensate for that. Now let's talk about those missiles for a bit. You can upgrade them by collecting green strawberries. Are those safe to eat? Those look like they've been dumped in radioactive waste or something. You can also break blocks with your missiles. Thing is, the blocks you can break are solid pink, along with blocks you can't break. And also, sometimes when you break the blocks, the enemies drop out of them and you die. Oh, and speaking of dying, it's one hit and you die. Now, this game's music is actually pretty good. It's upbeat and cheery and overall actually very nice to listen to. Now, let's get to things I don't like. And by don't like, I mean I don't like the look of that Clefairy. Clefairy's pink. This thing's green. Now, all of you Pokemon fans out there are going to be excited because all of your favorite Pokemon are present in this game. Satanic mushrooms, dancing spiders, and Waddle Doo? Oh, evil vultures. Oh god. Now once you get past the level, you get this weird mini-game. At first I thought it was just like the Toad Houses in Mario 3, but then I lost and I got a game over. This weird mini-game is a boss fight. Thankfully, after the first try, I just easily got it and went on to the next level. I must say, the actual level graphics, while looking nothing like Pokemon, are quite pleasing. Very bright, colorful. I can say that for all this game. It's very bright and cheery. I quite enjoy it. So on to level 2, which is the seaside level. It has some new music and some new enemies, like this robot thing, and it's all bright and cheery like the rest of the game, and it's all fun, and oh crap, the game just froze. I guess this is where I'm going to end things off, isn't it? Overall, Pokémon Green on the Famicom is a pretty decent little platformer. I don't mean that by the standards of bootleg games, I mean by the standards of actual games. Except for the part where the game froze on me and the bizarreness of the entire experience, it was actually pretty fun. Granted, that's because this is just a sprite swap of an existing Famicom game, which I can't pronounce. There's the title right there. So, would I recommend it? This version? No, because I don't condone piracy. On the other hand, the actual game this is based on? Yes, especially if you can speak Japanese and maybe understand that end of stage minigame a bit better. It's a fun little game, and while I don't think it will last you for hours and hours, I think you'll get a decent amount of fun out of it. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Remember to share this video and subscribe/follow me if you're so inclined. And I will see you next time.